Hi, and welcome back to Wicked Wands Tarot. My name's Carmen, and today we have a reading for you about somebody that is acknowledging that there is negative energy within or perhaps around you that you can overcome or kind of dismiss, let go of if you leverage the feminine power within you. Now, let's keep in mind we all have masculine and feminine energy within us, so this can be for anybody. But this is basically saying, I think you just have to show yourself a little bit of grace, a little bit of patience, believe in whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish, and let go of this negative energy, whether that's within or without, right? Let's call in spirit with a little bit of Winchenton. I hope y'all are having a good day so far. Happy Sunday. I always have to double check what day it is. It's on the top of my computer. Hello there, Angel. Hello, Jess. How are we doing today? Hello, Jane Doe. How are you? I don't think I really showed you the card very much. This is from the Isis Oracle. It is a really beautiful Oracle deck, by the way. It's called A Brother in Darkness, Overcoming Negative Energy with Feminine Power. So one thing this does specifically call out is just the idea that it can be easy to fall into patterns of anger or distrust or blame, things like that negative energy. But I think those that are able to endure the most or achieve the most are those that know how to set aside the energy that is blocking them or doesn't serve them. I think I've said on this channel a few times, I don't really cry much anymore. I used to be a big crier. And I feel like that's really associated with being a people pleaser. At this point, I feel like I have more control over my emotions, and that's empowering, right? That doesn't mean that I take the emotions that I feel and I shove them far, far away from me. That also has problems, right? Hello there, Earth Angel. Hello, Key Controller. Hello, Paul. Hello, Lover Boo Boo. I hope you're all having a good day. All right, let's dive in and get a little bit more. This is the Pulp Tarot. Quick reminder that I do still have 4 readings to give away at some point. I think now is probably a little bit too early for the 2 other peeps that need to be here for that. But if you are impatient, you can still take advantage of my $25 end of the year reading. My email address is in the description box below. If you already won one of the free readings, there's several of you, I think like 6 of you that still need to email me your 2 questions if you won a free reading yesterday, okay? All right, what do we have? We've got the Ace of Pentacles. It's a good way to start off the reading. High Priestess. And the 10 of Pentacles? You for real right now? Did you just win the lottery? What's going on here? Whoever this reading is for, I feel like the negative energy around you could be people that are wanting to be in your energy or people who are perhaps a little bit jealous. Now, I want to be very clear. In tarot, I think it's very easy for tarot readers to assume all of the issues are outside, right? You got to cut this person off. You got to stop messing with this person. And that person's not a good friend. And I challenge all of us to be open to hearing those messages that are about what we need to do for ourselves instead of always assuming it's something outside of us, okay? I try to make sure that I offer a couple of different interpretations for the readings that I do for you all because these are general readings. But I want to make sure that we point out the reason this person is doing well is because they are coming out as the High Priestess. Ace of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles, these are cards that talk about long-term wealth or big opportunities, somebody being seen as reliable, taking care of business, right? But the High Priestess is somebody who listens to their intuition. And your intuition isn't just going to be exclusively about how everybody else is a loser, okay? Sometimes it's going to be like, the loser right now. Here's how you solve it, okay? We got to be good at self-monitoring, self-awareness, okay? If any of you are under the impression that I think I'm perfect and that's why I'm doing what I do, please let me dissuade you from that belief, because I am anything but perfect. I am learning alongside the rest of you and trying to share what I've learned along the way. This is somebody who is definitely capable of looking within and saying, yeah, I probably need to deal with this, or I need to deal with that. But you will know what we need to be dealing with. This is a situation where something is going very well for you, or you are sitting pretty. And that's why my first inclination is to assume, because when you're in that situation, there can oftentimes be people that are envious of what you have, right? We have Judgment in the reverse. That is also a situation that sometimes your ego can get a little bit too big, because you're like, oh, look, everybody's jealous of me. Don't do that. Okay? That's how you get less attractive. Anybody want to disagree with me? Arrogance is not attractive, okay? It is a cologne that makes me go, gross. Some people might disagree, all right? Hello, they're divinely protected. Hello, Earth Angel. Hello, Illuminati. What's happening, Andrea? I don't know, cuz. Hello, Ruben. Hello, Patricia. How are you doing? That's true, key controller. All right. It's a foolish decision here that somebody makes. Sorry, there's a hair on me. Oh, Lord. It's still there. Where'd you go? Look, this is either a warning for you or a little bit of a heads up that somebody else might be doing something a little silly. Judgment in the reverse, Fool in the reverse. These are both cards that talk to me about somebody that feels like maybe they should have done a different thing, but they're going to do the thing that they want anyways. Somebody that is ignoring their intuition. So you tell me, is this you or is this somebody near to you? Because it's one of those things, right? And with the Queen of Swords, the World coming out, I feel like this Queen of Swords energy for most of you is our High Priestess. This is the person who is leveraging feminine power to deal with the darkness, okay? Queen of Swords is somebody that is very well acquainted with facts. This could be somebody who's being honest with themselves. This could be somebody who is implementing boundaries with somebody they need to be honest with outside of themselves. But whatever we have with this World card, I see an effort being made by this Queen of Swords to make things right, to either address the fear or the problems within, or focus on the more important things and let go of the negative energy that is trying to distract them. For some of you, this is a family member that could be jealous. This thing is driving me crazy, you guys. My hair gets everywhere, okay. This could also be somebody who wants to borrow money. But I do feel like you have to find a way to, it's almost like you have to be delicate. Feminine power, right? When I think of feminine power, sometimes I think of subtlety. Sometimes I think of, what's the right word? Tact. Strategy that isn't like in your face, right? So you might have to be a little extra demure. Or you might have to really be honest with yourself. I feel like for the majority of you, this is external, but again, please be honest with yourself about these things. Two of Wands in the reverse, Ace of Swords in the reverse, Ten of Cups. 10-10, huh? Ooh, I really don't like that the Ace of Swords is in the reverse, clarifying our High Priestess, when I was just saying you do such a good job at listening to your intuition. Okay, so here's what I see. High Priestess, you have an option or an offer, an opportunity that I think initially looks great. You're like, ooh, yes, that's what I want. And this is because either somebody is lying to you or you are lying to yourself. I guess what I'm trying to say is you're getting a not so great offer, okay? Now, is that the only offer you're going to get? No. But you're going to have to use your intuition to identify whether or not these things that come your way are actually a good idea. Now, the example that's coming to my mind, because I used to watch old Frasier, not the new stuff. I haven't seen any of that. I don't know if I really want to. There was this episode of Frasier. He's like a radio host, right? He lets callers call in and ask, what should I do? Give me some advice. Here's my difficult situation. So because what was he, a psychiatrist or a psychologist? I think he was a psychologist. Because he has this I can help you with your mental health vibe at the Seattle radio station, his boss makes him do some sort of advertisement that is against his principles. I think it's like promising you sleep, but it could potentially be addictive. Whatever the point is, Frasier doesn't feel comfortable putting his credentials behind that advertisement because he doesn't feel like it's legit, right? He had to stand up for himself, right? And in this situation, I feel like we have the high priestess as Frasier. You're going to have to stand up for yourself because something is BS and you're tempted to see it as gold. Okay. One thing I would point out that I'm kind of focused on right now is this high priestess looks excited, but she is not looking right at that Ace of Pentacles. It's like, I'm excited because it's offered, but I haven't really read the fine print. This is like if somebody made you a job offer, but all they wanted to tell you is, here's how much I'm going to pay you, every other week or monthly or whatever, but we can talk about benefits later. And you're like, no, we're going to talk about that now. Okay. That's how this works. There's something here that you still need to figure out before you go ahead and assume this 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups is what you think it is. So 2 of Wands in the reverse makes me feel like there's a not so clear or thought out offer that precedes a legitimate offer. And you got to be able to be like, nah, that's not good enough. You haven't thought that through. Come back when you're ready. Hello there, Victor. Dr. Victor, how are you? Oh, well, you might be able to win a free reading. Otherwise, if you would like to purchase a reading, my email address is in the description box below. But this is a general reading. Yes, diplomacy. Thank you, Andrea. That's an excellent word choice for that. Hello, youngin. How are you doing? What's up, dude? Same. Oh my, okay. Justice, Queen of Wands, 5 of Cups. So it kind of feels to me like for some of you, this not so great offer is something you already experienced and dealt with. And that's why we are now more of a Queen of Swords. So for some of you, you may not have to deal with too much going forward. You might have already kind of passed this test, but as a lot of you probably know, some of those tests we deal with more than once just to really make sure that you learn that lesson. But this is saying basically, High Priestess, you've got to be on your toes. You've got to be able to identify when things are not worth your time or when things are, not as great as they sound. And it's coming down to that feminine power. So to me, that is, again, a little bit of a softer kind of power, right? Hello there, too. How are you? Hello, Matt. Sideshow Bob. You're right about that. Oh, I kind of forgot. That makes me want to watch The Simpsons for sure. Look, we've got somebody who is saying, I'm not going to let myself get into a difficult situation again. I feel like this is somebody who knows when not to get into, unhealthy or toxic friendships or relationships, realizing, you know what, that's not really my thing. I'm holding out for, or I know I have a 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups coming my way. So perhaps this is just a very clear cut High Priestess, don't mess around, no side missions, no garden tools. Thanks, but no. Right? Hello, Love is the Trend. How are you doing? Hello, Voyager. All right. So we've got high honor, poverty, courtship in the reverse. So I don't see this poverty card as about finances. I see this about honor, because it's following the high honor card. As you work on yourself, as you let go of the fears or the, traumas that have held you back, you rise, right? You have better integrity, better intentions. We work on ourselves so that we can be better members of the community, right? I feel like as our High Priestess, Queen of Swords energy has worked on themselves, they've started to realize there are more and more things that I need to be a little bit cautious about in terms of who's in my sphere as, who was it? Was it Eric Badu? I think so. So because there's been a lot of people around this High Priestess that is lacking in this honor, or, maybe they're just not quite as dedicated. This High Priestess seems to have been maybe holding out or waiting for something that is more on their level. There's a decision approaching this High Priestess. So it could be our High Priestess, Queen of Swords energy. Remember, this does not have to be a female. This person, you're coming out as somebody who is seen as very adept at manifestation, quite possibly very attractive. You're being asked to not stay in this Five of Cups energy. Don't be too focused on the things that have happened in the past. I know that's super easy for me to say and harder for anybody to do. But I guess what I'm saying is, if you've gotten so good at denying opportunities that don't seem well thought out or don't seem like the right choice for you, are you just a little bit too quick to see the negatives? Are you going to be able to recognize this 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups? Or are you going to, potentially miss out on that because you assume there's nothing, like there's no real gold out there anymore, right? Be a little cautious of that. We still have to pay attention to the odometer. What should I use for that? It's wildly unpredictable right now how hot it's going to be when I go outside in Tennessee. It could be 80 degrees during the day and 40 degrees at night. So I've started to look at what the temperature actually is before I get dressed. It's like that. Don't forget to check those measurements or those indicators, right? Instead of just always assuming it's a good day to wear a tank top. Thank you, Victor. I appreciate that. Yes, exactly, dude. All right, so we've got the Five of Swords in the reverse, the 10 of Wands in the reverse, and the 7 of Wands. So this is kind of what I was just saying. In an attempt to avoid self-sabotage or avoid other people from being able to cause negative energy to, take over your life. This High Priestess may be a little bit overwhelmed trying to seek out who's lying or who's being honest. And with this 7 of Wands, the need to be on the defense may need to be, a little bit more thought out. Is this someone I can be comfortable with? Is this someone I can trust? Am I telling you to go out and trust everybody that you've ever met? No, of course not. But discernment is not discernment unless there are some people that like pass the test, right? It's kind of like when teachers need to figure out how to grade a particularly difficult test. Are you going to put it on a curve? Because I had a professor who literally said, I move the curve just to make sure that nobody gets an A, because nobody should get an A. And I'm like, wrong. I mean, I know I'm supposed to like respect you and everything, but no, that is literally not how the system is supposed to work. There are supposed to be some people that get A's. Who are you and who hurt you? Why don't I deserve an A if I do all of the things that you taught me? Are you saying you're not a good enough teacher? Nobody could learn enough to get an A in your class because you're not a good teacher? Because that's the only way I see that. All right. Who did I miss? Hi, Kyle. How are you doing? We've got the Magician, Death, King of Pentacles. Okay. I like this for you. I like this a lot for you. So here's what we have, my friends. This is almost like too beautiful to not share. Okay. This is you overcoming negative energy with divine feminine power. So it's interesting because this is my favorite card that depicts justice. Like, could you be more badass? No. Pam Grier, man. She should have like a statue like this. Like, can we put that outside the Department of Justice? Is that like a physical location? It's probably not, but like, I want her to fight for my justice. This is somebody who is saying, I know how to make sure that things are going the right way. I can leverage my discernment. I can leverage my boundaries. I can communicate, advocate for myself. This is what I need. This is what I want. Don't you dare think about like looking at me sideways, right? And this is a transformation from a Queen of Wands energy. Queen of Wands energy. This is interesting because I keep thinking about jealousy. I don't know how many of you feel like you have maybe a little bit of an issue in terms of people being jealous of something that you have or something that you've accomplished. But this feels to me like somebody who is transforming or moving forward beyond just I've been able to bring in the life that I want. I've been able to start over. Perhaps you've moved, started a new job, started a new relationship. Maybe you have a new mindset. Whatever it is, I'm proud of you. You are working to make a change, and it is actually working in a way that I think maybe you didn't anticipate. But this Death card is a beautiful energy because it talks about transformation because of your willingness to leverage your own power. So our Five of Cups, that energy of being stuck in the past, is clarified by the King of Pentacles. This, for me, is about stability. I'm going to find a way to build a foundation for my new life that is stable without being stuck in the past. So I do feel like for a lot of you, moving away from a difficult past situation, maybe a betrayal, a disappointment, a breakup, maybe even a loss of somebody that you really cared about, working has been a really good way for you to invest your energy in something that pays dividends. Do you like that? Am I cheesy? I've got a friend who, what did she say? Ben Franklin's never broke my heart. Love her. Her name's Tanya. She's such a badass. She, I think, works like 2 to 3 jobs. She's got a little boy and she's gorgeous. And she just like does not have time for dudes. Just like has said some of the most like off the wall. I can't quote her a lot of it, right? Because I don't want to deal with YouTube shadow banning me. But her main theory is I will always prioritize money because money has never let me down. But I do sometimes worry about her that she will assume the worst of everyone and miss out on an actual opportunity. So I feel like this is somebody who's being told, make sure you don't confuse or conflate the idea of having boundaries, not letting anybody in, as strength, okay? Because feminine power is also about love, right? Feminine power is also about being compassionate, understanding where other people are coming from. I'm not saying men can't do that. We all have feminine and masculine energy. This is saying, High Priestess, let us not confuse keeping people out of our lives as strength just because you're trying to avoid a heartache. We can just as easily hurt ourselves by avoiding those emotional connections that are meant for us as we can by allowing in the relationships that we don't really learn anything from, the ones that are negative, right? So discernment is not just about get out of my life, I have no time for you. Discernment is also about, you know what, you're really freaking cool and I want to get to know you better. I'm going to also be open to letting you see who I am because that's how that works. Hello there. How's it going, Carrie? I like it, Andrea. Really? Angel, that's so weird. I wonder, there had to have been something that changed, huh? Unless he was like second guessing himself. So there's that World card again, and it's clarifying the Magician. The Ace of Pentacles kind of seems a little sideways to me. Yeah, so you have been able to rebuild or start over, transform yourself. For many of you, you've made significant changes. And it's going to differ for all of you because this is a general reading. But the world is about ending one chapter and starting a new chapter. That new chapter, you probably don't want to be bringing in a lot of energy from your previous chapter, right? Now, my parents are my parents. I adore my parents. They're like my best friends. They're coming with me, right? They were involved in that last chapter, but they're going to that next chapter too, right? But there are other people, you know, sometimes you have friendships, sometimes you have relationships. Those don't always carry over, right? So this Ace of Pentacles sideways to me is about that same concept, discernment. What are you packing for your trip? What are you bringing with you? Because you don't have to bring everything and you shouldn't bring everything, especially those Crocs. I know. Some of you like Crocs. I hate Crocs. I don't like to judge people, but I judge people who are wearing Crocs. Okay, I'm sorry. It's one of those things I'm working on. Okay. We have the Three of Cups, clarifying our King of Pentacles. To me, this talks about either a date, a reunion, or a social event. And it's clarifying our King of Pentacles, I think, because you are being seen, whoever you are, as quite the catch. So some of you have been asked on a date. Some of you are going to meet somebody that you didn't expect. Dude, there's no K in there. I'll explain to you later why I'm offended. Hello, Pharaoh. How are you? This Three of Cups is saying there's a social opportunity here for you, King of Pentacles, because you are the King of Pentacles as well. You have this newfound stability, or things are changing, transforming for you. There is something that is meant for you that I think is either a very close friend or a very serious relationship. And the universe is like talking amongst themselves, like, you think that High Priestess is going to miss out on that, like, love interest that we sent? Yeah, probably. Why? Well, should we do something about it? What do you want? Like, put like a big yellow bow on him? You can't do that. There's concern that you're going to be like, I don't need you. I got a new episode of, is it Yellowstone coming out? I'll be just fine. Okay. Did I say hello to Upper Echelon? And D'Angelo, how are you doing? Guten Morgen. Hello, Bradley. Bradley, you're allowed to wear Crocs. Please don't let my poor commentary I don't know, or do. You guys, you got to do you, okay? You got to live your own life. But I use Crocs as an example to be judgy because I find it amusing. I don't want you to actually think that I don't like you as a person. Hello. Did I say hello to Voyager? Hello. How we doing? Yep. Well, I mean, not like totally like throw away the past. We still want to learn from that past, right? Oh Lord. Okay. This is why we're talking about the darkness that you, or the negative energy, right? Because this is brother in darkness, which I believe this is a reference to Set, who killed Osiris. That I believe is the story that motivates this card in terms of brother in darkness. There's just this need, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't really remember everything that I've ever learned, but I'm pretty sure there was an opportunity to be a little bit more heavy-handed with Set, and Set ended up killing Osiris. Like, it's just the idea of you've got to be able to find that balance of compassion and empathy for others, but also protecting your own heart, existence, money, sanity, whatever it is. But we have cleansing in the reverse, so I feel like we have work yet to be done here. And then we have twin flame and racing. For some of you, you have not met this person yet, and you're about to meet this person. For others of you, this Three of Cups is talking about a reconciliation because we have people that have figured out stability. Some of you are about to come back into contact with your twin flame and realize that both of you have been working on your healing. So you may not fully recognize this person. Also, I made some more sweet tea yesterday. I'm super excited. This one, I think it was Rachel that said she really likes black tea, and initially that wasn't really my vote. I think that's what I like over 6 weeks of making my own sweet tea. I think black tea is my favorite. Used to be green tea. Ooh, pressure cooker, irreconcilable differences, and the roller coaster. May. Okay. First concept would be, do you have some anger that you need to address? Are you able to say that you've let go, or you've forgiven, that you've been able to push that energy aside? Because if you have, then this is about somebody external to you. If this is someone who's external to you, it could be that this is somebody that you have ended things with, or things are tenuous between the two of you. This is not always you are getting a divorce. This is a general reading, right? But this indicates we have some serious issues here. Now, this is clarifying the twin flame. So to be honest with you, what I think is you have dealt with your own issues in a way that accommodates for your twin flame to come back through, and they have as well. But for others of you, in order to draw back in, Queen of Wands, manifesting, in order to draw back in your twin flame, you have to demonstrate that you know how important it is to remove the negative energy from your environment, because the universe is not going to be like, oh, cool. It looks like you have all of this drama around you. Let's give you this gift so that it can go horribly wrong. They're not like the, creators of Love is Blind. They're not there to try to create a problem. I've totally watched the Aaron and Joe and the, Psychology in Seattle dude, Kirk Honda, to get my Love is Blind fix, because I really don't know if I can handle watching the entire show. So many annoying people out there, you guys. Okay, this love connection that you are about to encounter or you're going to reconcile or see again, this person represents some of the best moments in your life and some of the worst pitfalls, okay? That's kind of how I would explain a lot of twin flame connections. And while we're talking about it, I'm going to say this. Number one, not everyone has a twin flame. Don't sign up for that unless you realize what you're signing up for, okay? It is not about like daisies and amusement parks and engagements. Like it can happen. But in my opinion, the twin flame idea is like kind of abused by the tarot industry or whatever you want to call it. Not everyone, but there are a lot of people out there who are literally just trying to make money off of your sadness. And I'm sorry to be so blunt, but that's what I feel. I want you to seek out those channels that are about you working on yourself and finding happiness on your own, because when you find happiness on your own, you attract other people, okay? To buy into the idea that there is literally only one person out there in the entire freaking world that can make you happy. No, I don't believe it. I also don't believe that we only have one soulmate. And I also don't believe that soulmates are only romantic. There are a bunch of people out there that you are supposed to meet during your lifetime that will help you, that will inspire you, that will guide you, that will help you to see how beautiful and special you are at times when it's difficult for you to do. And those people don't all have to be the one person you spend the rest of your life with. Okay? In my opinion, twin flames really more about like you working on yourself, identifying what you need to work on because you love somebody who goes through similar problems. All right, I'll get off my little pedestal. Sorry. This is all because I really do want you all to not be stuck. There are a lot of people that get stuck thinking about one person, and I don't want you to be that way, okay? If you have to get stuck on one person, be stuck on yourself. You're pretty rad. We don't need to be arrogant, but you know what I'm saying. All right, we got the Six of Cups in the reverse, Tower in the reverse, and Three of Cups. Oh, Lord. Okay. I'm telling you, there's somebody here in your past that you feel is not changing or not working on themselves, and they actually have. Tower in the reverse. This person has had to change. This is like rug ripped out from underneath them. They had to learn how to, let's put it this way. Somebody got drunk and woke up and found they didn't have shoes anymore. They only had roller skates. The only way they could get home is if they learned how to roller skate home. No shoes. That's what the Tower in the reverse is. Sure, you could do it. You could have done it easier if you had just like not gotten drunk and like walked home in your regular shoes, but you decided to get drunk. Someone did something stupid, decided to like make you have to wear roller skates. And here we are, my friend. Now you're going to have to learn how to do that. Are you going to fall a couple times? Sure. But you're going to get a different perspective. So we've got somebody here that is working to see you, run into you. It's a general reading, so it's either going to be a first time or you have known each other a long time. But this is something that makes you happy. So for all of you that don't want to run into this person, this is not your reading. This is somebody who would be like, we'll see what have you been working on? Like, I'm happy to see you. Glad that you look well. But like, are you still like trying to hurt people? Are you better at being honest? Are you still afraid of commitment? Sorry, I'm being obnoxious. Like, love to see you. Really excited to hear about what's going on in your life. But like, can we just like not mess with each other? Can we not do mean things? Yeah. Okay, cool. Thanks. Appreciate it. That's my favorite. Oh no. So this person is different, okay, than you remember them. Or if this is the first time you're meeting them, this person is different from what you're used to, okay? This is not your normal type. But with the Four of Cups in the reverse, Two of Wands in the reverse, it's like, I really am tempted, but I'm nervous that this is the wrong choice for me. Are you sure I should do this? I like that. Have I said hello to Pharaoh? Yes, very true, Pharaoh. I agree with you on that. Hello, Bobby. You ain't wrong. I'm proud of you, Bobby. Good work. Bobby, I haven't gotten an email from you yet, and I know you were asking how to get your free reading. So do me a favor and send me an email, because I don't want you to be waiting on a reading and then like something has happened with the email. Oh, I'm proud of you, Carrie. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to scare you. Okay, so we have King of Cups, Empress in the reverse, Ace of Pentacles. So at the very beginning, we had an emphasis on overcoming negativity with feminine power, right? We have King of Cups in the reverse, Empress in the reverse, Ace of Pentacles. To me, I see this as the lessons that had to be learned. If you don't have that emotional maturity, if you don't have that ability to talk through the difficult things, and if you don't have that compassion or empathy, it's going to be real difficult to have a healthy relationship, don't you think? If you have ever encountered or participated in a relationship where people are struggling to be kind to each other. This is funny. I'm trying real hard not to call out one person on the Love is Blind cast. If you are continually speaking in a way that shows disrespect or insecurity, it's going to be difficult to have a healthy relationship. When I speak to somebody that I respect, that respect is inherent in my words. I think about how I speak to those people, to people in general, right? I want to make sure that I'm not condescending. And there are a lot of times where I think back on something I said and I'm like, man, I could have said that better. Like, the nice thing about texting is you can look at it before you send it, if you actually do, and be like, I could do that better. There is so much to be gained by choosing to be kind to people and compassionate to people or complimenting them. It's so easy for people to be like, ew, that person's wearing Crocs. Cell phone. Versus, I love your dress. That color really brings out your eyes. I might sound like a total asshole sometimes, but I will walk up to a complete stranger and compliment them. Why? Because we could all have a brighter day if some random stranger paid us a meaningful and not designed to get something out of it compliment, right? Because this isn't me hitting on people, okay? This is me saying to a random, lady that I see at the gas station, I love your nails. Because I thought it. If I thought it and it was something nice, why not tell that person? I mean, there are circumstances where you don't want to do it. That's fine. That's fine. But I think it's one of those things where if we can be more kind to people, if we can be more loving to people, that energy gets sent on, duplicated. You might make somebody's day. There was this dude, I think this was way back when I was in college, honestly. There was this dude who was wearing an all white outfit. He just looked amazing. Didn't know the guy at all. I think I was walking out of the cafeteria. I was like, dude, I love it. You look so great. I hope you have a date tonight. Have a great time. I was not trying to get dude's number. I was not interested. I just wanted to pay him a compliment. And if we could do more of that, that would be awesome. Because this is what needed to happen. This high priestess was dealing with somebody who needed to work on their emotional maturity and their feminine power, or probably very likely, and the high priestess needed to work on these things, needed to work on Am I giving too much of myself and not asking for any of this feminine energy back? Am I in a toxic relationship? The Empress in the reverse, King of Cups in the reverse is a really powerful combination of I want love, but I don't know how to give it. Raise your hand if you've dealt with that before. Being in a healthy relationship isn't just about finding somebody who is amazing. It's also about being loving, right? What am I offering? And do I ask of, reasonable things in return, right? So we had a lot of healing happening on both sides of the equation. And I feel like a lot of that has to do with, am I getting upset? This is, sometimes about depression or mental health issues. Am I setting myself up for failure because I expect too much of people who have demonstrated that they don't have that emotional maturity? Am I signing up for something that calls for more emotional maturity than I currently offer? This is about self-awareness and freeing yourself from situations that don't enable you to be happy. Yes. But can I ask you to do a shorter, can it be a different phrase? I think that's where we lost some of the people, and I was about to sign up. So we do have Dude and Peggy here, so we could do the last 4 giveaways. We've got 2 question readings, and Dude will tell you what you have to say. Dude, by the way, is late arrival. When he tells you what to say, as long as you say it, and Peggy said she's good with keeping track, the first 4 people to say that will get those free readings. And then just make sure you keep in mind, if you won that free reading, it is on you to email me, okay? And of course, I'll compare that against the list that I have of people that won those readings. But then I get to do 2 questions for you. The way I do my personal readings is I record them very similar to what you're watching right now. And they get posted as an unlisted YouTube video. So only those that have that link can see that video, which means you can watch that reading whenever you want, however often you want. And you don't have to worry about scheduling things with me. But you have to be what you want. I like that. I think there have been a lot of times where I've had conversations with friends who were complaining about relationships that lacked maturity or, strong communication. And I might have lost a few friends by looking at my friend in the face and saying, well, there are things that you need to change too. It's not always about the other person. It's not always the other person's fault. Sometimes, the whole it takes 2 to tango thing. So we have something here that is coming back around that you would consider to be a loss, something that did not work because emotional differences got in the way. Somebody's anger might have gotten in the way, somebody's lack of healing. But we've got this 9 of Pentacles clarifying the Ace of Pentacles in the same column as the 10 of Pentacles. Guys, we would add the Ace of Pentacles to the 9 of Pentacles and it equals the 10 of Pentacles. I know. It's just math, but it makes me really excited because it's tarot math. This is saying when you are good all on your own, when you are what you want, then another offer comes in or an offer comes in, right? So when we love ourselves, other people figure out how to do it too. Oh, come back here. Where'd you go? You think you can just run away from me like that? 8 of Wands in the reverse. 5 of Swords. So the risk here, is that somebody could potentially self-sabotage. Even though we have freed ourselves from these issues or see things in a new way, right? We have this new perspective. We have a call to action from the universe. For literally anybody who's watching this right now, do not miss out on good people because you assume the worst. Do not sabotage your own beautiful opportunities because you feel like you have to defend yourself from everyone, right? All right, let's get a few from the Fairy Godmother Oracle. Celebrations, companionship. This is right next to the Three of Cups, which can signify both of these things. So I do feel like for many of you, there is a reunion, there is a date, there is something here that makes you smile because it leads to companionship. You might be finding new best friends, you might be reconciling with your twin flame, or finding a new love. Whatever it is, it makes you happy. And it's because you found a way to deal with this negative energy, right? This victimhood, or this tendency to put ourselves in difficult situations or toxic situations. Authority is another word for power. Leveraging this feminine power enables somebody to walk away from this history or this issue in terms of being in toxic situations, and instead find this companionship that is worth celebrating. I'm so excited for you guys. That's awesome. All right, this is the Gilded Reverie. I probably use this like every reading. Are you guys sick of it yet? Oh no, hold on. It's blocking my chat. There we go. Are you saying the audio is weird? Bobby, I still don't see an email. Like it's the next tab over from the live chat. Just double check that you sent it to the right one. I have had some issues with it, but there you go, key controller. All right, so we've got number 8 and number 38. Got death, or the sarcophagus, the coffin, and the bridge, which talks about connections. So basically this is saying there are some relationships that you've had to end, but there are others that will transform. So the universe wants you to make sure that you acknowledge that when you cleanse that negative energy, when you deal with that negative energy, sometimes it transmutes itself. Sometimes people change, okay? There have been some negative comments on my channel lately, and I try to be respectful about it. But I want to be very clear that this channel is not about blaming other people for your problems. This channel is about becoming a stronger version of yourself, dealing with trauma, dealing with betrayal, dealing with maybe spiritual gifts in such a way that you put yourself in a place where you have the happiest life that you can possibly have. Sometimes that means we have to deal with our own internal problems, and sometimes that means we have to forgive others, cut people off, whatever it is. But we have to be open to the idea that some of those connections that have had issues are very capable of growing, maturing, and transforming, right? Yay. Good for you, Pharaoh. Yay. 2 spots left, you guys. So we've got number 19, which is the Tower. In the Lenormand, the Tower is not the same as the Tower we have in the Tarot, so keep that in mind, those of you that are learning to read. We've got, with the Tower in the Lenormand, it's more of a distinction of organization. It could be a business, it could be a building. And this is interesting because we have a key and the building. I don't normally see the key as an actual key. It's usually more about a resolution. It could be that. I think we have somebody here that has figured out how to build the best inner circle or the social circle that they want. because High Priestess energy is still the strongest energy I feel in this reading. If you leverage discernment, you can make sure that you have the right kinds of friends. You can make sure that you have the right kind of love interest. You're not going to get hung up on the wrong kinds of situations, right? So this feels to me like somebody is building a network that is very strong because they understand how to use their intuition. But this could also mean that for some of you, you are encountering a companion or a love interest that you will eventually move in with or buy a house with. Because for me, I'm really getting big, like this is an actual building with a key kind of vibe, right? So depending on where you are in this connection, this person could come back around and be like, hey, I know you're my person and I want to find a way to work towards living with each other, right? Oh no, Bobby. Yeah, I don't see any emails, Bobby. I don't know how this happens. Is it like the full name of my channel at Gmail? Because I don't have an email from you. I've thought of a workaround for this with Jess, but I feel kind of shady doing it because basically she had to send me $1 through PayPal to give me her email address. Thank you for saying that. Hello there, James. Hello, Michael. How are we doing today? Did I say hello to Upper Echelon? I think I did. All right, let's get some last thoughts for you because we're getting close to an hour here. This is the Pause Tarot. What last words of advice do we have? We've got Page of Wands in the reverse. Page of Pentacles. So it looks to me like there's difficulty or bad news, perhaps, a failure of communication, one of those things, perhaps all of those things that directly precede a brand new beginning for you, something that you're able to build going forward. I do feel like this is about that social circle or those people that you want to actually have around. This is like, oh, this is refreshing. You know, we have so much in common, or we have the same kind of, approach to life. Maybe we have the same obsession with horror movies, or I don't know, maybe you're an artist, whatever it is, right? There's an excitement here from your energy about, I'm going to invest in people that care about the same kinds of things or who are going to be, enlightened, people that won't make me feel like I need to walk away from them. So you have, I think, a pretty significant change in terms of what kinds of people are in your life. And this is all because you're willing to be honest with yourself, leverage that discernment, and walk away from or overcome the negative energy in your life. It's kind of like when you get to that point in your life where you clean, every other day instead of like, oh, it's been a week, I should probably clean the whole house. You know what I'm saying? It's like a routine to keep things tip-top shape. So it's not some great effort in order to be honest or leverage that intuition, because it's something that's kind of perfunctory, like you do it all the time. All right, I got to end it there. It looks like we still have 2 readings left, but we can handle that with the next one. I love you all. Thank you for the likes and the subscribes, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Doodles.